Good evening, good afternoon, and good night. James William Mugeni, a medical clinic officer by profession, a certified public manager. Yes, fellow citizens and Ugandans, these conversations that we are having all the time, and the conversations that lead us nowhere, what are they? I want to speak about Bible principles that I grew up knowing and have remained useful to me up to this day. First and foremost, the Bible acknowledges that there is sinning, or there was sinning, because I don't want to attach it to any priest, I don't want to attach it to any pastors, but I'm following if the Bible is the standard. We learned that there was sin, and sin entered the world through Adam and Eve. And the Bible goes ahead to explain why people die. We die because we have all sinned. That's why we're still dying up now. And that's why even a child who is born, whom you imagine has not sinned, dies because death entered the world, whatever it is, through Adam. That said, the Bible even goes ahead. I mean, some of you have heard of hellfire. In Uganda, we used to call it Gehenna. There are people who are going to Gehenna. There are people who are going to hellfire. There is a resurrection for those, the righteous people. Those are all promises in the Bible. There's a resurrection for the righteous people. And then there are those people who die and die forever. So if you taught and strongly people adhered to spirituality like some of us of those days, then homosexuals have their place in hellfire. Homosexuals have their place in Gehenna. I don't see why we are killing each other over it and passing laws that don't add up. Don't add up. Just look at it that, you know, if you're a Christian and you're holy and you're righteous, just know that the homosexuals have their place in Gehenna. These are people God will destroy. And I want to go ahead again and also tell you a little that up to now, God still allows all of us to live and gives us opportunity. And if we claim we are created in God's image, if we are created in God's image, we reflect that image of God on humanity. That as sinners, God still gives us opportunity to repent. God still gives us opportunity to have rain, to have sunshine. I'm in the United States. I'm the United States. And I would say my culture, my spiritual beliefs are still strong because they were ingrained. They're ingrained on a permanent plaque here. So I know what is right and what's wrong. And I didn't know this because as an adult, I knew it from childhood. I have now become less Christian as I grow old. But when I was young, my Christian values were very strong because I knew it is at P7 that I'm Christian. And it worked. It worked. So other than jumping on homosexuals and condemning whites and condemning Bazungu and condemning, because some of us are in this Bazungu country and we don't see these things. Oh, it doesn't matter. It doesn't work. It doesn't affect us. I keep on telling people that what is in this place is something to learn. Something to learn. How did they do it? How did they do it? How did they do it? I'll just turn this video. See what is going inside there. These are young people being trained in karate. Young people from age 3, 4 onwards to adult classes. These are young people. do we train our young people? Do we train our young people? So homosexuality, to me, should not worry Ugandans if we are serious, if we're a Christian strong, if we're a religious country. But unfortunately, I think we are not. Religion has been stained, I call it now armed. It is as armed as the nation. One last thing I would want to tell you Ugandans, that some of us participated in studies that should help this country to move on. And if we can refer to Straight Talk Foundation in Uganda, we discovered that in all secondary schools, which are single-sex schools, there are a lot of reproductive health issues that required addressing, especially when it comes to adolescent age. There are practices that include homosexuality in those schools. We discovered it. They were there. It's not a Muzungu thing. It's just young people growing up and unprotected and unguided. Very many things came out. In mixed schools, pregnancies from unprotected sex. And we even had issues of young people who are on ART, children born with HIV and were in secondary schools and were having sex, unprotected sex. So there was need to cancel in schools, or need to distribute condoms in schools, and it didn't work. Most parents resisted it. Parents just think that our children need not to go to school to learn sex. That's how parents were talking. And now homosexuality is now the issue. But at adolescent age, which requires a lot of attention by parents, teachers, whatever religious leaders in schools, and were never attended to. So Ugandans, the things you are talking about is we are in self-denial. If we can just accept it as a country that we have an issue that needs correcting, it doesn't need the law. You need adolescent sexual reproductive health done in secondary schools. Single-sex schools practice it. The girls, okusuna amabeerao, they get feelings. They dream, wet dreams. I mean, these are things we're talking about with Straight Talk with them. And we're quiet. So as a country, I get disappointed because the professionals are very quiet, because you have suppressed them with guns. You have suppressed every Ugandan because you people, UPDF, Kulaije, you people think talking with the guns works. Some of these things require information, education, and communication, not guns. You have just destroyed Uganda because of thinking with guns. So, for me, the law is not the issue. It's education that we need. Thank you for listening to James William Mugeni, a medical clinic officer by profession, a counselor, sexual reproductive health, and a certified public manager. Thank you.